Welcome back to another episode of Whiskey and Wine. We've got some blends, we've got some bottles, and we're going to be doing a tasting. We have Daniel.
I was about to say, yeah, we have a me too. Hi.
So if you guys did not see one of my last posts, might have actually been a story, I was talking about Wenzel Distillery that we went to, and they are doing some really cool things. So we are going to pop these two bottles open. We're going to have Daniel try them, talk about them a little bit, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the distillery. So
I know nothing about this distillery or these bottles.
So Wenzel was originally a NDP, so non-distilling producer. And what that means in this case is they are sourcing barrels from all over the place. And because of how they got going, they didn't have to buy like 5,000 whatever Heaven Hill barrels or a ton of barrels from MGP or something like that. They could buy from a ton of different places. So they have barrels from like old barrels from Dickel, old barrels from Bardstown, old barrels from just all of these really cool distilleries. So we are going to be pouring just their basic, well, I shouldn't say this, not their basic bourbon, but one of the blends that they made. Oh, let's get pop.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, and I think Heather's calling me right now. That's fine.
I literally saw her just drive up. I saw her car.
Oh, she'll find her way in.
Will she, though?
Hopefully.
Okay.
So this is what they call the 150th. So this was a blend that they got to put together. And with this one, it was basically paying homage to the 150th anniversary of the building, and it was also paying homage to one of the people who blended it, and this was her specific blend, her 50th birthday. So that's how this came out. I will be right back. And I'm back. So what do you think of this? And then I will dive into some more interesting things about Wenzel.
So on the nose right away, as I was saying to our lovely fans, there's a lot of alcohol on the nose right away. And I was like, I don't know what else to look for because of that. The very first sip was, it did have a nice bite to it. I'm like, I'm going to count that as a throwaway sip because I don't taste a lot other than a little bit of nuttiness. I tasted something, or smelled something a little bit sweet on the nose. But barely, just barely there. I get a lot of alcohol.
I mean, it's 111 proof.
That's what it smells like.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was over 100 proof, but...
So, again, they are or I should say were, a non-distilling producer. So they were getting barrels, they were blending it together, and they were coming up with these amazing blends. They do, however, now own an actual distillery, and they will be distilling their own stuff, which is going to be really exciting.
You wouldn't happen to know what the mash bill is, would you? Or like, what is the majority? I know it's a bourbon, so...
Yeah, it's a bourbon. I don't know for this one, because the thing is, this is a blend of different barrels, so it's different product from different places.
So, it reminds me of a rye whiskey more than a bourbon.
I am going to guess this does have more rye in the bourbons that they use are probably mostly high rye mash bills. But
yeah.
I really like this one.
I'm not going to say that I don't like it. It's just not what I was expecting.
I think it's pretty good. But again, this is why we're having someone else with a different opinion and being objective trying this. Now, while I pop open this next bottle, which is the one I'm really excited about, I just want to mention that, so Wenzel, if you don't know, they are now on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail on the Northern Craft region, and they are in Covington. They are the only distillery in Covington, and they're the first distillery in Covington since Prohibition. Okay, we're back. I had to quick change the battery because I'm a fool and I forget to charge things. But, like I was saying, they are now producing their own whiskey, and they're going to be doing some really cool things. With that, this one does not want to rip off nicely. Hang on.
Skill issue.
There we go. With that, there have been some interesting things that have happened and some things that they're trying to reproduce because they're really cool. So this bottle is really intense.
First of all, when you say intense,
you can see what I mean by intense in a moment.
it's pretty.
It is
That's one thing that it definitely is.
a gorgeous color. So have a sip of that, and then I'll
It
explain.
smells so nice. Oh my gosh. That was such a smooth nose.
With them now doing their own distilling, they also have a new bar that have opened. They have a event space that is absolutely gorgeous. And they are one of the most clear communicating distilleries that I've ever seen. They will tell you everything about what's going on, which is amazing for whiskey nerds, but also for people who are just like, I want to learn. They will tell you everything. Going back to this, what are your thoughts?
Oh, you're going to let me speak first?
Yes, and then I'll tell you what it is and how it came to be.
First of all, this is the most wonderful little glass I've had in a while. Having the same amount of bite as the prior one, but then being so flavorfully packed is amazing, and I love it. It is very smooth. I do like it a lot. But there was like almost a vanilla bean kind of smell on the nose, but the taste wasn't vanilla bean.
So what this was is actually a 4-year-old bourbon that was put into a sherry cask.
That's why it's so
But
sweet.
here's the thing, for 3 years.
That explains the color.
Yeah,
That definitely explains the color.
like you guys can see how dark that is. It is insane.
I love it.
Now, this was done by accident. So what happened, there was the distillery. I cannot remember what the original distillery's name was. It's like Ghost something Distillery. But they went out of business right after they dumped this into the sherry cask. So they took that, dumped it in, and it sat there. Someone else bought it, didn't do anything with it, and then Wenzel bought it. And they're like, we should probably taste that. And they're like, this is amazing. So they're now creating this fantastic bottle that is, I'm willing to say, the oldest, or the whiskey that is in a sherry cask probably the longest when it comes to bourbon. Now,
Probably.
when it comes to scotch and things like that, I'm guessing those are probably aged for a longer time in those sherry casks. Obviously they are, because they're going to be there for multiple years. But 3 years for a bourbon in an ex-sherry cask is insane. So if you want something really fun and interesting, this is kind of what Wenzel's going for. They're not trying to reinvent the wheel. They are just making really good spirits. They also have a couple other offerings that they have. I believe they have a wheated bourbon. They have their regular bourbon, I believe is what it was. And then they have a rye. Actually, no, there's no other bourbon. It is just this one. So it's these two. They have their wheated, and then they have their rye. All of them have been getting so many awards. One of them, I believe, actually got them best in class. I think that was their rye. So they are doing exceptionally well for being a distillery that has only been open since, I think it was 2022. So they are a 3-year-old distillery, and this is what they're already producing. Their blenders are fantastic. They are excellent. They have such a small staff, but they are great people. And yeah, they've got some great barrels that you can blend with.
Yeah. That is amazing. I am impressed. The only thing that is just like, I guess, annoying me in the back of my mind about this is this, to me, is like a straight drinker. Like, you just drink this neat. I can't really imagine using this as a cocktail mixer or anything. This is a beautiful thing to drink neat. I am impressed.
I think it would make a killer old fashioned.
I don't know. See, that's
Chocolate
the thing.
bitters. Orange slice or orange peel on it.
Orange. Oh, you could do something with that.
You could have some fun with
There's
this.
so, yeah, but I feel like that it deviates so far from an old fashioned as far as flavor profile.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you think of what it should be as a any kind of cocktail, I don't think this would fit the bill for that. But it'll make some really interesting things. I like it.
So again, Wenzel, they were a non-distilling producer. They now have a distillery. You can book a tour. They have a blending experience, and the barrels are rotating. So they're bringing barrels from
That's awesome.
all over the place. If you're in the Cincinnati area, you may have heard of Willow Run, but they have their specific 6 that they let you blend with. This is changing if you go to Wenzel. So you can go 1 month, and then they basically said about 6 months it takes for them to rotate. Also, if you like yours, I believe they said you can actually bottle it. So you can blend something. If you like it enough, you can get it bottled for yourself. So if you're looking for a fun thing to do with a group, I highly recommend that.
All right, I'm looking for that. Let's go.
Sounds good. Cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next one.